You're listening to an AI audio recording generated to make our content easier to consume whenever and wherever works best for you. Now let's dive in to discuss TechCXO's blog article, When to Hire a Fractional CTO, 3 Inflection Points. You reach that moment when your tech team is working hard, but maybe things still aren't working out as they should. Product delays are stacking up. Infrastructure feels like it's bursting at the seams, and the roadmap that once looked like a bold strategic guide now looks more like a back-of-the-napkin sketch. For executive leadership, these challenges are probably not execution issues alone. They may be signals that your business is outgrowing, or already has, its current level of technical leadership. And while the instinct might be to go out and hire a full-time chief technology officer, CTO, or replace your current one, the reality is not every growth stage justifies that move. What your company might need instead is a fractional CTO, a deeply experienced technology executive who embeds part-time but operates with full-time strategic precision. Fractional CTOs aren't a stopgap. They're how high-growth companies stay ahead of complex technical challenges while keeping leadership agile, aligned, and cost-effective. In this piece, we'll walk through 3 moments, 3 inflection points, when it's not just smarter but essential to bring in a fractional CTO. Because when technology becomes a bottleneck to business momentum, what you need is someone who is seasoned, clear-eyed, and has been there and done that. Many, many times. 1. Your company is scaling faster than your tech. Why this is a red flag? When business growth outpaces your architecture and team, you're skirting a slippery slope. Users spike, systems lag, performance hits hiccups, and your product team is firefighting rather than innovating. You know things are slipping. Your architecture was built for last year's user base, not tomorrow's. Your roadmap is being pushed, but things keep breaking in production, and delivery dates keep getting missed. Enter the fractional CTO. What a fractional CTO brings in this stage is senior-level strategic oversight combined with a flexible cost model. In other words, immediate hit-the-ground-running capabilities. Rather than hiring a full-time CTO with salary, benefits, equity, which might be premature, you engage someone part-time but with full executive experience. They assess your technology stack, team, and processes, identify technical debt, and set the roadmap to scale your infrastructure, team structure, and product architecture. Key advantages. The model is cost-effective by design, allowing you to access C-suite thinking without locking in full-time overhead. Fractional CTOs also bring a broad base of industry experience, having led in SaaS, fintech, healthcare, industrials, and artificial intelligence, AI. They don't just fix code but bring regulatory, operational, and market knowledge into the room. And importantly, they're deployable now, meaning you gain strategic tech leadership without the 6-month executive search. 2. Product delays and quality issues are emerging. What's going wrong? When bugs go unchecked, releases are chronically late, customer complaints rise, and morale falls, you're not seeing just a team capacity issue, but a leadership gap. The product roadmap becomes misaligned with engineering reality. Quality assurance is weak, ad hoc, or an afterthought. And the architecture can't reliably support new features. Those are symptoms of a lack of senior tech leadership that can both strategize and deliver. What a fractional CTO does here. They step in to bridge the gap between vision and execution. Best practices get implemented. Agile frameworks, continuous integration/continuous delivery, CI/CD pipelines, code review standards, and formal QA regimes. The development organization gains clarity, mentorship, and process, and the roadmap starts matching the business reality again. Key advantages. Rather than hire full-time leadership for what might be a transitional challenge, the fractional model gives you targeted oversight. These leaders have worked through similar quality crises in high-stakes environments, including regulated sectors such as healthcare and financial services. They're not consultants who stay on the sidelines either. They embed directly with your leadership, team, and processes. 3. A CTO has left or is leaving, and you need leadership yesterday. This is a crisis wrapped as an opportunity. When your CTO departs, whether planned or suddenly, the risk is real. Engineering loses direction, product initiatives stall, momentum is lost, and team cohesion and confidence erode. Meanwhile, the company cannot afford to simply pause leadership until a full-time hire is in place. That's the gap a fractional CTO is uniquely suited to fill. Quickly, the fractional CTO step up. They walk into leadership immediately, stabilize the team, ensure critical projects continue, act as the technical voice at the leadership table, and build the bridge to your next permanent CTO. They assess the team and tech stack, help define the job spec for the new hire, and get things moving so you're not stuck in limbo. It's not just breathing room or a placeholder, but a strategic reset with real traction. Key advantages. The fractional CTO provides continuity at a moment when you most need it. These leaders are typically ready to go in days, not weeks or months. The flexible engagement structure also allows your organization to avoid long-term commitments while evaluating next steps. And during transitional times, experience matters more than ever. Proven fractional CTOs know how to stabilize while planning for the future. Just as importantly, critically in fact, they bring an objective, outside-in perspective that is not weighed down or shaped by internal politics and legacy relationships. That agnostic neutrality can be exactly what's needed to make clear-eyed decisions during what can be a fraught time of change. Fresh eyes, fresh ideas. How to hire and maximize the impact of a fractional CTO. Start with clarity. Before you hire a fractional CTO, define what success looks like for the next 90 days. Are you stabilizing a team? Launching a feature? Reducing tech debt? Getting ready for Series B? A fractional CTO is not a consultant to you, but an integrated part of the leadership team who should have full access, clear targets, and alignment with business objectives. They're on your side. What to look for in a candidate. The right fractional CTO has been a full-time CTO or VP of engineering in a similar environment to yours. They understand your business domain, whether that's healthcare, fintech, SaaS, or another complex sector, and bring seamless plug-and-play leadership to start driving results and deliver value immediately. They must speak the language of business and technology in equal measure, connecting engineering decisions with revenue, margin, and growth strategy. And they need the kind of communication and leadership skills that let them slot into your C-suite immediately. Pricing and cost model considerations. One of the clearest advantages of the fractional model is cost efficiency. You gain executive caliber leadership without the full-time salary, benefits, or equity dilution. But more importantly, you gain impact, not just hours. That's why it's essential to clarify scope from the outset. How many hours, which deliverables, and what success looks like at each milestone. And just as important, confirm whether the engagement can flex over time to meet evolving needs. The market is full of lower-cost options, but what matters is whether the person you're bringing in can truly operate at a C-level. With fractional leadership, as with most things, value is in what gets delivered, not just what gets billed. Common pitfalls to avoid. Don't treat your fractional CTO like an outside consultant. They're not that. They need access, authority, and trust. Without a clear 90-day plan, it's tough to measure success, so define those metrics early and don't keep them at arm's length from the leadership team. To lead effectively, they need full visibility and context. Also, be cautious of going it alone with a solo practitioner. Even the most capable CTO will need support, whether it's a solution architect, a product strategist, or a security lead. Make sure your fractional CTO is part of an organization that can tap into a broad bench of vetted specialists, not just someone operating in a vacuum without backup. That's what separates a true fractional firm from a single shingle offering, and most often what determines engagement success. Key takeaways: strategic timing. Recognize when to hire a fractional CTO at pivotal business inflection points. Cost efficiency. Gain executive leadership without full-time overhead or equity dilution. Industry experience. Leverage fractional CTOs with backgrounds in SaaS, fintech, healthcare, and AI. Immediate impact. Deploy seasoned leadership quickly to stabilize teams and projects. Integrated leadership. Treat your fractional CTO as a core member of the executive team, not an external consultant. Strategic reset. This is a rare opportunity to get an objective, fresh perspective on where and how things need to get better. Delivered by a proven leader who will effectively get you moving in that direction. In conclusion, choosing when to hire a fractional CTO can provide a strategic advantage as your company grows and faces new technology leadership challenges. If your business is scaling faster than your tech can handle, experiencing product or quality issues, or dealing with the sudden departure of a CTO, bringing in a fractional CTO ensures you have the experienced, flexible leadership and continuity needed to maintain momentum and drive results. With TechCXO's model, you get proven executive leadership, deep industry experience, and the ability to act quickly. So when you're ready to stop reacting and start leading your tech agenda, reach out. Because you don't just need someone who knows technology, you need operators who knows your business.